Welcome back. With the life-saving speed camera program going dark today, we're left asking, how could this happen? Amril Hamer, Bronx Organizer at Transportation Alternatives, is with us today. And we'll talk a little bit about that and talk about some of the things that your organization does to promote safer streets for New Yorkers. How are you?
Great.
Welcome, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about first what Transportation Alternatives does.
Okay, we're in Transportation Alternatives. We're an organization that actually we advocate for safe streets throughout New York City. So we have chapters within each borough throughout New York City. So we have 2 chapters in Queens, we have 2 chapters in Manhattan, 2 chapters in Brooklyn, we have Staten Island and the Bronx.
So in the Bronx, in particular, there were in the past year or so, there were a lot of incidents involving hit and runs and so on. And just what kind of events or what kind of precautions is your organization taking?
Well, we just had one last incident in May where we had a young cyclist by the name of Lito, or Carlos Vasquez, that got hit on Webster Avenue by a box truck, and he was dragged onto the Cross Bronx. Nobody ever found a driver, which is usually what happens. And we know that speeding is something that actually kills people. So obviously these drivers are speeding, and we're asking that, the public come out and come to our events, because we usually have these events to bring awareness to the streets in the Bronx.
And so what are some of the events you've got coming up? Anything coming up soon?
Yes, we actually have an action this afternoon in Bay Ridge at IS 51. What we're asking, because today we all know that the speed safety cameras are going to be turned off. We know speeding, as I said, it kills. And we're talking about speed safety cameras around schools, which is needed. We have our children, we have our seniors that cross the streets. So we're calling on Senator Flanagan to actually try reconvene the Senate so that we can have this bill passed. That's Bill S6046C. So we're asking everybody to reach out to Senator Flanagan and let him know that, we need these cameras turned on. We need them on.
So 120 of the 140 cameras near school zones are set to go black today. A DOT report shows that fatalities are down 55%, and the City Streets Safe, the program started back in 2014, I believe, just with the speed cameras. So data shows that this is working. So again, why would they be turning off these cameras?
That's the question that we would like to have answered. And I think Senator Flanagan, that would be the person that we'd be going to for that answer. But, when we look at last year, 2017, that was the safest year that we've had so far in the city. So if you see that the cameras have been working and they say, why turn them off?
That's a good question there, and I'm sure plenty of folks would like to know a little bit about that. So tell us a little bit about your organization, some other things that you guys have going on.
Okay, we have some activities planned. We did a custard drop, or pudding drop.
What is that?
The pudding drop.
What's a pudding drop?
Well, actually, we
Sounds
had
delicious,
a thing with Senator Golden, and he said, the proof is in the pudding.
Okay.
So they actually did a pudding drop to his office with 400 boxes of pudding. Then we also had another.
Oh, okay, I get it. The proof is in the pudding.
Correct.
Okay, so you dropped off pudding. Okay, got it.
Yes.
It took me a second, but I got there.
Yes, we're trying. We're trying to send a message that we need to have, because Senator Golden was another one that's in the way of getting these cameras staying on, for them being kept on.
So we had that event. Any other past events that were interesting of note?
Oh yeah, we actually had another event also where we had ice creams for the seniors. So it was like a cooling off
Okay.
for the
Awesome.
seniors, which was pretty, interesting. And we've had some other actions also. We've gone down to Governor Cuomo's office. We've had a number of our co-workers that actually were out there, and we were willing to be arrested, just to show people that this is something that we feel that strongly about.
Okay. And so you said there's an upcoming event that's today.
Correct.
Coming up. Tell us again about that so that it's in folks' minds.
Yes, today at 6:30 we'll be at IS 51 in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And this is a school that these students there lost 3 of their classmates in 1 year. And that is unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Unacceptable.
Absolutely. And so on today, where 120 of 140 cameras near school zones are set to go black. You guys will be, Transportation Alternatives will be at IS 51, and that's in Brooklyn at 6 p.m. this evening.
Correct.
To raise awareness.
Correct. And our goal should be, our number one priority should be to all electors is that we need to save lives. And these are children's lives we're talking about.
All right. Amril Hamer,
Yes.
Bronx Organizer from Transportation Alternatives. Thank you so much for being with us on today. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back after this.